folks, and welcome back here to Gatekeeper Media as we continue to bring you coverage of the 2022 Great Lakes Open out in Milford, Michigan at the Toboggan course. We're now at our finale with our final chase card, and we appreciate you all tuning in. We'd like to give a special thank you to our Patreon supporters who help make all this coverage possible. Once again, in the virtual commentary booth, it's myself, Dustin Mouret, joined by Nathan Queen. How's it going, sir?
Doing well. We've seen lots of good play out here this weekend. You see our chase card here all knotted up, tied for fifth at 12 under par. We've had great weather all weekend and once again are treated to it again today.
Absolutely. And as you can see, our chase card's not too far off the lead. Corey Ellis and Calvin Heimberg tied up at 16 under par. Paul McBeth just one stroke behind them on the podium. And definitely still some chances to make a move out here as we start taking a look at some of our players' bags.
Yeah, Adam Hammis, he's got the buzz in the bag for his mid-ranges this weekend, reaches for the Raptor and the Force a lot for his distant shots.
Absolutely. And we take a look at Ricky Wysocki, of course, known for the dagger as his putter, but also uses the harps, the new Saki Bomb Slammer, for approaches. Don't see too many mids out of him, but the Compass is probably a favorite. Then, of course, likes to throw the Felons, Enforcers, and some Arrives.
Moving into Albert's bag, he putts with that shield, kind of stands out from a lot of other players. Goes to the Justice a lot for the overstable mid-ranges, and Pioneers and Ballista Pros are going to be his ideal distance shot.
Yeah, then Kyle Klein putts with the P1, a little bit different. A lot of other people putt with P2s, so kind of stands him out. Uses the Tactics for approaches, MD3s for some mids. Then, of course, known for his FD3s and DD3s when it comes to getting a little bit more distance off the tee, so we head in the hole one.
Yeah, par 3, 516 feet, finally averaging under par today as the field made the most birdies and the least bogeys on the weekend.
Yeah, now we got Adam Hammis taking the box first here. Currently ranked 12th in the UDisc World Rankings. We've seen him so far this year take a 5th place finish at the Portland Open, also 6th at the Reserve, and 7th at the Las Vegas Challenge. So doing pretty well this year. Has a few other top 15s in the mix as well on tour. Definitely a very powerful forehand player.
Which is the ideal play here if you have the power forehand.
Of course, we got Ricky Wysocki, currently ranked 2nd in the UDisc World Rankings. Just got topped by Eagle after he won the European Open. Of course, Ricky's also already tasted victory this year, having won DDO and Texas State. Also a couple other podium finishes at the Champions Cup and the Preserve, and many other top 10 finishes on tour this year. Another very powerful sidearm player.
Seems to be pulled out a little bit wide, but has more distance.
Yeah, kind of just there in circle 2. And we got Albert Tamm rejoining us on the chase card from yesterday. The Bazooka himself, of course, coming in ranked at 30th in the UDisc World Rankings. Had a win earlier this year at the Open in Tallahassee. 5th at the Portland Open. 6th at Beaver State Fling and the Preserve. And speaking of powerful forehands, this man might be the most powerful in the world right now.
Absolutely. And I really like when players match their shirt with their first tee shot disc. It's a fun thing for me. Should end up being a pretty good shot, and he gets it up inside the circle with a nice roll.
And finally, we get to Kyle Klein, currently ranked 9th in the UDisc World Rankings. We saw him get podium finishes at the Preserve and at Idlewild. Was also in the top 5 at the Open in Belton. Has had several other top 10 finishes on tour this year. Really starting to make a name for himself in the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
First time we've seen this weekend, all 4 players going with a sidearm off of the tee, having massive distance. Got this one a little straight.
Yeah, unfortunate. It's going to find the out of bounds over here. So just having the pitch up for bogey. Not really the way you want to start, but at least it comes early. Lots of time to make adjustment.
Yeah, sometimes that bogey on the first hole can really get you fired up and ready to go for the round, send you on a nice birdie streak.
And here we got Hammis right on the edge of circle 2. Tries to give it a chance, just comes up a bit short.
Great bid from there. Very difficult to get that much powers from the standstill, even putting uphill as well.
Ooh. Ricky lucky that one didn't get up and roll all the way back down. It'll settle. Meanwhile, Tamm pretty much parked for birdie. We saw him do this yesterday as well. Loving that.
Making his case for biggest sidearm. Outdoing Adam and Ricky, both known for big sidearms. Gonna get the birdie on hole 1.
Yep, he'll be alone in that as Adam and Ricky will just tap out their pars, and Kyle will have to, again, settle for the 4 after the OB off the tee. And we'll head over to hole number 2.
680-foot par 4, taking over hole 1 spot as the 3rd most difficult hole on the course today. If you can get your disc about 400 feet, maybe 380 off of the tee, then you have a slightly flatter spot for your upshot. Still very uphill though, which is the most difficult part of this hole, that second shot run up.
Yeah, exactly. Really great footing is a luxury on this one off the tee. This one doesn't quite get all the way out, but still gets to that second shelf, so Tamm will still have very good footing for his second shot.
Yeah, he's in a fantastic spot over on the right side. Has room to work his disc if he wants to. Throw a little flex shot, or he can just keep it on the right side on a hyzer.
Adam trying to force this one over and have it fight back, and does just that. Gets well on up there.
That left side's kind of in between whether you're going to get a flatter lie or a more uphill lie, but he'll still have an open look, being able to throw a straight hyzer or a full hyzer up to the pin.
Ricky trying to take a similar line, but higher than Hammis, but this is just not quite fighting all the way out. We'll get stuck in the rough there on the right-hand side, but still may have something.
Yeah, he should have an open swing, just a difficult run up. Kind of the thicker bushes on the ground, they're hard to run up through.
Oh, yeah, and this looks great from Klein. Going to get the full flight and center just on the edge of that second shelf. So he will have that trickier uphill footing.
Very steep right here. Easy to early release. But he does well with it. Overcorrects to make sure he doesn't early release. Gets just enough height to crest that hill. And he's made it to the top inside circle 2.
And Hammis going with the same disc he drove with, it looks like. And that is amazing. Yeah, going to get rewarded big time with that one. Looks like Ricky's going to have to go standstill here.
Yeah, I don't blame him, and this makes it very difficult to get the height that you want along with the power. And he just didn't quite get the height there. Gonna have a long look at a birdie, but probably circle 2's edge.
Yeah, like you said, probably 60 feet to 70 feet to try to get the birdie from there. Tamm swinging this one in. Just needs to miss that last tree, but even with the kick, still at the edge of circle 1.
Too much power.
Yeah, it's usually not a problem you have on hole 2's approach, but a little soft bid there from Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky's not able to raptor just yet. I'm sure we'll see some of them, though. Kyle, about 40 feet.
And count it. Great putt there.
Yeah, what a putt. Very casual.
That's a way to bounce back after the bogey on hole 1. Just hitting a big one for birdie here on the second hole. Especially considering he was kind of the most out of position when it came to footing off of the tee and still was able to capitalize. Really well done.
Yeah, you'd really as a player, you'd really like to get one of the first 2, but even through 2 is not a bad start, and 3 is one of the birdies you want to get.
Yeah, Tamm going to come up just short there at the settle for par. Meanwhile, Adam parked it on the second shot. Didn't have much work left to do to grab his birdie. So we'll see a couple of par tap outs before we head over to hole number 3.
And with hole 2 averaging over par today, our card did play it pretty well. Stayed clean off of the tee for the most part. And that brings us into hole 3. One of the birdies you do want to get, averaging at a 3.6 today. If you can get 500 feet, which only takes about 380, 400 feet of power off of the tee, then you'll be set up to have a short approach into the green. If you stay right, but in the fairway, you'll have a blind shot. If you land off to the left, closer to the OB, you'll be able to see the pin.
Yeah, this hole is really just about positioning and nose angle. The biggest mistakes are overturning it right into the woods and putting yourself in a tough spot, or perhaps finding that OB to the left-hand side. But nice little low-line drive here from Hamish should be good.
Yeah, like you said, nose angle is the most important here. You want to throw it down towards the ground. As steep as this slope is, it's pretty hard to get it too nose down without it being an uncomfortable swing for you. So very important just to get that nose down to contain the disc in the middle.
This is a nice little understable disc for Klein, so even though he got a little bit higher, it got some nice turn out of it, and we'll stay in bounds here on the left-hand side. Give him a clean look at the basket. No blind shot from there.
Yeah, a little bit of weird footing, but very short. Should be okay with a standstill right there.
Yeah, probably can just throw a mid up there from there, honestly. Oh, yeah, this is a great shot from Tamm.
Oh, yeah. Similar spot to Kyle there. And at that point, you feel like your work is done on the hole. You have a pretty standard upshot, especially with the wind being as low as it has been this weekend.
And Ricky going full distance drive. We saw a couple players kind of diss down on this card, including Hamish, who threw a mid off the tee, but this is a big driver here for Ricky, and he gets way down there and curls up on the flat side, just outside the OB.
Yeah, he just got enough drift off to the right to keep him in bounds. Easy upshot yet again.
Yeah, he's probably got the easiest upshot of all. He covered the most ground and got to really good footing. Good forehand chip shot here from Hamish. We'll put him in the circle.
Yeah, coming up just a bit short, but still inside the circle. He'll have a look for 2 in a row. Back to back. I don't like 2 in a row.
Back to back does have a nicer sound to it.
Easy standstill forehand. Didn't hit the cage this time because he didn't want a 30-footer, so he's just going to go ahead and drop it in.
Yeah, I'm sure he likes getting his revenge on this hole after yesterday. If you didn't see that, just nearly rung up an eagle and then wound up having such a long putt for birdie. Had to take the par. As that'll do just fine for Kyle Klein.
Yeah, going with a little backhand touch shot there. Ricky going to do the same. I imagine he'll be pretty close.
He actually swung that out really wide.
Yeah, looks like he was going with one of his slammers there. And
Yeah.
did swing it out too wide. Didn't get that carry back since it went with such a low speed.
Yeah, and that disc also doesn't really ever give you any ground action, so leaves him a longer putt, but hey, he doesn't mind as he will break it out.
Yeah, he put it just where he needed to.
What are we talking about?
Nice birdie.
It's call calculated.
He's got to warm up that putt.
Exactly. Didn't want to tap it. He wanted a full stroke, and he got it. You might see a little all birdie action here.
Yeah, that one catches right side for Adam. Grabbed just enough change to hang in there, and I think we've only got about 10 feet of putt left here. So it's the hole you want to get. Our chase card did just that. See if we can get 2 in a row after the short break.
My My name's Garrett Gerthy. People may know me as Double G, and I've been making Double G craft jerky since I was 16 years old.
And while Kona and I are driving, don't have time to stop and eat, so I always have her grab me a small bag of Double G jerky.
You got smashed cracked pepper on Tuesday. Wednesday, you got the garlic.
Late in the round, hole 14, you might need a little pick-me-up. Pull out some Double G jerky.
Grab the big bag because you're gonna have to share.
You can find Double G craft jerky at doublegjerky.com.
Here we are at hole 4, 580-foot par 4, almost averaging a full half stroke under par. So another opportunity for our card to go back-to-back star frames here. We may see some forehands, but there's a righty hyzer play that kind of gives you the easiest tee shot, could put you in a difficult spot behind the trees and have a lower ceiling up shot, but still fairly easy hyzer shot to straight shot here.
Yeah, as long as you don't somehow get caught up super early, usually you're going to have some kind of approach shot. And as you were saying, being behind this tree line, it gives you a little bit of a lower ceiling and maybe an obstacle in front of you to get around, but usually still plenty of space to get up to the green.
Kyle getting hung up just a little bit there. He's going to have to go more of an Anheuser shot or maybe a forehand skip up the hill. Won't have a straight look, but still in a good position.
Yeah, it's not the ideal landing zone, but still, as you said, we'll have something to work with from there, so no need to panic. Not even sure where that ended up.
Yeah, that was a bit early. It's going to be definitely behind those trees. He may have stayed in the fairway, but could also have pushed to the left side rough.
And that could make things actually a little bit tricky for him, depending on exactly where he did wind up. As a little higher and wider here from Ricky.
Yeah, this looks more like the ideal line. I believe he's going to be close up there with Kyle.
Yeah, this wasn't too bad for Tamm. Should still be able to get up there with this forehand. Just play the hill and have it skip up.
Oh, yeah. Just far enough to catch that dirt and miss the grass, get that nice slide up there.
That's really what everyone's going to be aiming to do. Or you could just be like Kyle and get it all in the air.
I was going to say, he threw that pretty hot.
Yeah.
This drops off fast behind it, but that was a very slow disc, as it did not move as quick as his arm speed there. Slowed down nicely for a birdie look.
A little bit of a tougher angle here for Ricky, but gets a nice little anti-skip up the hill and should have it.
Yeah, he warmed up the putt on the last hole, so now he figures he can go ahead and tap it in this time.
And Hammis even has to do like a little bit of a kind of a tricky Anheuser, little slight force over forehand, but no problem for him.
Yeah, if you push too far, those latest trees have lower branches than the rest of them, so he had to go down to a knee there. But our card trying to fulfill the back-to-back star frames here.
If that was the longest putt of the card, I have a pretty good feeling about this one.
I imagine they all do as well.
Yeah. They've already done all the hard work. Now it's time to reap the rewards.
Kyle, like I was thinking may happen after that bogey on the first hole, has gotten a turkey. Still has a good start to the round.
Yeah, again, all these guys were about 3 or 4 strokes behind the leader coming into this, and so grabbing all the birdies that you can is what's going to be required to try to make a run at the podium.
Into hole 5, my favorite tee shot on the course. 480-foot downhill par 3, about 30-foot drop, 35-foot wide fairway. It gets a little quick if you get past the basket. We'll probably see some mid-ranges and fairways from the players here. Slight hyzer to a stand-up.
Yeah, this is like the first real big test for the card, you know, to change the pace. Instead of these big open shots, now you're dealing with the tunnel. And that is early from Hammis.
Oh boy, that was not a good kick either. It went immediately left.
Yeah, scrambling
Hopefully-
for bogeys is going to be tough from there.
Definitely so. Hopefully he got a second kick down that we didn't see.
This one looks a little bit pulled to the right from Klein, but gets a nice little kick out and actually gets way up there.
Very nice little kick out there. Lands in the middle of the fairway. Has a long bit if he wants it, but pretty scary. Can move away quickly.
Similar flight path to Klein here from Tamm. Doesn't quite get the same favorable kick out, though. That's kind of the miss because there is a little bit more of a pocket on that right-hand side that gives your disc a little bit more room to fly. So having it go over to the right initially is not, you know, too shabby of a play. Just needs to make sure it gets back.
This will probably be a good tee shot. His disc matches his shirt again. That's usually
Ooh,
a good sign.
what
Oh,
a shot.
Maybe there's something to that. Albert birdied hole one. Now we got a good shot with this disc match. Let's take a look at Ricky's form here, throwing straight 480 downhill. He's very light on his feet, stays on his toes the entire time, and that follow through really shows you how to get that slow stand up and control the disc.
Yeah, and Hammis, I mean, what a shot.
Are you kidding me?
This man could save par after that. What? Oh, my goodness, that was beautiful.
I want to watch that again, kind of.
Yeah, that almost did deserve a rewind. In fact, I'll say it did.
Albert has a nice outshot as well, but finding that quick downslope behind the basket ends up pushing to circle's edge, maybe just outside.
Oh,
Brutal.
savage. And yeah, this is Hammis to save par at circle's edge from a different dimension where he was, man. Like, he was way
He's
over
got to
there.
make this, right?
Yes, sir. That's got to be the scramble of the tournament, man, or one of the candidates.
One of the harder fist pumps I think we'll see for a par as well. That was fantastic.
That is the working man's par for sure.
He was, 60 feet off the tee? That's incredible.
He was also about 100 feet in the woods. And great putt from Tamm. He'll get his scramble as
Albert.
well.
Not to be outdone. Let's see it again.
Yeah, this man was actually 8 for 8 on scrambles on moving day. And so definitely been showing the capabilities to be crafty when need be and pulls that one out. Well, here's Ricky for birdie after one of the best tee shots you're going to see on this hole.
There it is. 21 players able to card the birdie today, but the hole still averaging over par just barely at a 3.01. We had two incredible saves here, which I'm going to have to go back and watch again. We're now on hole 6, though. 519-foot par 4. You want to land about right here for the slightly aggressive play. There's also a new backhand cut roller play to get more aggressive and down the hill. Chip forehand also plays, but leaves you a longer upshot.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of people go to this cut roller play, and we'll catch up with Ricky later. Not sure where that wound up. And this is Adam Hammis playing the chip forehand, which, again, I think is the safest option. But like you said, it does mean that you have a little bit more work to do on your second shot to approach the green. But there's less variability, I think, in this play.
Yeah, this play you can't really move forward much more than 180, 200 feet. And he's got that a little bit too far off to the right.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to push that a little bit more forward, at least give him footing.
Yeah, as long as he's got room to swing his arm, he should still be able to reach the pin, but not an ideal spot.
This is that cut roller play again here coming from Kyle Klein.
I don't think so. I don't think that.
And I mean, he gets down there. Wow.
He even went back up the hill a little bit on the left side. If you're at the bottom down on the left, it's fairly open. We'll see what he has actually going a bit farther than the bottom.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, on the surface, that left-hand side looks, you know, fairly wooded, and you would think you wouldn't want to be there. But as you were saying, there's definitely some options to get up to the green.
This, I think, more the intended line when the hole was created.
Right.
Didn't quite get that 280, 300 feet off of the tee, but probably a good 250, so leave him 250 or 270, somewhere in there in.
And actually, Hammonds isn't as bad off as I thought. Actually does have flat footing here for this approach shot.
Just go. Just go.
And that will play.
Why have to leave?
Probably just outside the circle, maybe actually closer to 50 feet there. But very good from where he was at to get across this ditch or gully.
Good forehand here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That could have got dicey, but it actually sits down and settles for him. So just a tap in for Ricky to go, I believe, 5 for 6 to kick off this round after the turkey on 3 through 5. I mean, that was living on the edge. Looked early, but does make it through.
And Kyle does look like he's going to have to go a bit more scramble mode than just upshot.
That'll work.
But, yeah, has a very nice overstable putter. Nice little chop forehand up there. Should tap in another birdie.
Don't blame him for that.
A little surprising. I don't blame him either. He's a great putter, though, and also a smart player.
Yeah, I mean, this green does have a bit of a slope to it, and if you happen to get the wrong action, it can definitely roll on you and make things very difficult. As we are going to see a nice birdie there from Tamm.
We're down through 6.
And Kyle, who's been on a heater since the bogey on hole 1, is about to collect himself another birdie here. And yeah, Ricky has the opportunity to go 5 down through 6.
I think he'll be 4 down also. Albert was the one that got hole 1.
They say, like, you're the greatest of all time, but in my mind, that is not true. There are 2 other women that I'm tied with. Until I get that 6th world title, that is still up for debate. So this is so important to me to cement my name in disc golf history as the most winning woman to ever play the game.
Here we are at hole 7, 667-foot par 4. Actually, the second easiest hole on the course today. A couple years ago, probably be more towards the middle, but you've got to carry over this valley. Not hit any spectators on the other side. And try to land in the middle here.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's just about not pushing too far forward off the tee like you saw Ricky kind of do there. You need to make sure you do eventually get that fade off left, but obviously don't want to come up early on the fade because then you get stuck on the other side of the fairway. So definitely all about distance control on this one.
Usually there's one side that's better than the other, but I'm not really sure on this hole either side is better. The middle is great, right where Kyle's put it. He's going to have maybe 260 into the green from there. Pretty easy shot.
Yeah, he's done really well off the tee. Give himself a look at birdie. This is starting to get that nice gentle fade at just the right time as well for Tamm. Good skips as well, and he's right there next to Kyle.
Oh, yeah, tried to tap him on the way by. Thanks for showing me the lie.
Little cat in the hat action there from you. Well, Dr. Seuss for you, as we are going to see if Hamas can join that ideal landing spot. You know he wants this one after having the layup on the last hole.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to try to blast one off here. He's got a nice hyzer stand-up shot.
Maybe early? I don't know.
Little high. Uh-oh. That is not a good reaction off of those branches. It looks like he went backwards and down the hill.
He's got a lot of ground to cover to attack this green. Hits his line, though.
Oh, come on, do it.
Oh, wow.
Yes. He is up there inside the circle, 25 feet. That's an incredible shot from where he was at. Such a skinny line that he had to hit right there.
Tell you what, his scrambling game's been on point today after what we saw on hole 5, and now that. Good scramble from Ricky in his own right. He gets up there for a birdie.
Yeah, a little standstill scramble. Very smooth from Kyle. Going to be inside the circle as well. Albert just going to go with a standstill.
Man, and considering the placement of Hamas and Ricky, if you would have told me that we might get a star frame on this hole after the tee shots, I would have been kind of surprised. But as it stands, everyone's in circle 1 for a putt to do just that.
That upshot from Adam, absolutely insane. Says, since I laid up on the last hole, there's no way I'm taking a par on this hole. Give me my birdie.
Yeah, he earned it. No doubt about that. He's had a couple of big scrambles already here on the front 9 to make some magic happen. As Tamm will knock it in there. And so, yeah, looks like we are indeed going to have another one, man. As
Yeah,
this was that 5th
be...
birdie for Ricky I was talking about.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I was a little ahead of it, as we are going to see Kyle tap in his as well.
And 50% of the field taking a birdie on this one. 45% of the field taking a par. So, pro field getting stronger, playing this hole absolutely fantastic today. And we have lots of green in our scorecard moving into hole 8. Another opportunity for back-to-back star frames here. As this hole is only 500-foot par 4, it does go uphill probably a good 50-55 feet, but if you can get your tee shot out 280 feet and land on the left side, you have an easy chance to approach.
Yeah, getting left is a premium, but not that early. I'd like to push a little more forward before you go left.
Gonna be difficult to see that star frame now. I mean, it's possible to reach it from there, but he's gonna have to go huge sidearm flex shot, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to recover from that spot for birdie.
Oh, get a skip.
This gets the right ground.
Needs a little bit of skip.
Gets it.
That's what you were going to say, too.
Yeah. Well done there from Klein. About the best you could hope for off the tee. If you could somehow get more left than that, that'd be great, but still in a good spot. Oh, no. Tamm's going to have to join Ricky here early.
Yeah, and he did not get quite as favorable of a kick. Ricky kicked back to the right a little bit. Albert stayed right behind that tree.
Big skip. Come on.
Not quite getting the skip that you want off to the left side, but
Oh,
he's going to have an opportunity.
It's going backdoor. I'm trying to.
Sit right there. All right. That was a great kick out. It was.
Yeah. Should be a par from there. He should have a fairly open look to get up to the green. I'm not sure if he was trying to get that all the way up there or not.
I don't know either. And this is a tricky one for Tamm. Oh, catches a tree, pulling it a little left out the hand.
Oh, and that is not a good position to try to save a par from. He's got this low line, has to hope for a skip.
Wow, goes roller. I was thinking the same thing as you, just try to play a big skip, but he decides to go forehand roller instead, and unfortunately that's going to roll all the way back around a little bit here, but at least has a look at the pin now.
Not a hole you want to take a bogey on, but in danger of it right now.
Oh, catching a banner?
Could have been a fortunate banner hit there, as there is a road up there that is OB. He's going to have a long downhill scary putt for his par now.
High turnover here from Hammis. He wasn't quite where he wanted to be for the forehand approach, but nailed that.
One of my favorite lines to watch. We're going to see Kyle do the same.
It's kind of nice because obviously that's where you have a little bit more control of having that soft landing to avoid, you know, catching edge and rolling if you play the forehand.
Yeah, and Kyle made a little bit of adjustment and able to park that one. Albert definitely trying to give that a bid for par. Not quite able to connect. Let's see what Ricky's got here.
Yeah, very scary putt to try to save par, but he nails it. What a save there from Ricky. Doesn't quite get the full Raptor leg motion there, but we got a little half Raptor.
Yeah, maybe the Raptor only comes out on those birdie looks.
Yeah, it makes more sense. Oh,
and
no.
I said, oh, man. Adam had that fist pump for par on 5. I think Ricky had an even bit more excited fist pump there for his par. And a little miscue on the green from Adam, not something we're used to seeing. He's a very solid putter.
Especially as well as he's been scrambling today. To see him miss that, it's definitely a little bit of a shock. But, you know, still has a chance to make a good push here for a big finish as we are getting to the end of our front 9, and we'll do so by showing off one of the new holes this year.
Yeah, very difficult hole to birdie as well.
Oh, yeah.
563 feet. You really want to ride the tree line on the left side with something understable, and halfway through the flight or even later kind of stand up to the right and then just slowly fade back left. If you have 600 feet of power, you can go high right around these trees.
Oh, boy.
If this gets a skip.
Oh, my goodness. That's one of the best we've seen on this hole this week.
That is the line, and let's watch it. Let's see what he does. Nice smooth X tap, and you see his run-up kind of reaches his arm back more. His body moves forward more than his arm moves back. Very straight through, solid pull through.
And Ricky's going for the high line here. What?
Oh my goodness, dude.
That's unreal. I haven't seen anyone get that close taking that line. That is absurd.
Oh my goodness.
I don't understand how that's possible.
Maybe.
I mean, anyone that I've seen get close was taking the line that we saw Klein take. Like a low hyzer flip that just gets the right angle at the right time and gets there. His is just bonkers.
That was 650 feet of power. He's up there pin height. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a right to left wind helping him out a little bit, but either way, that was fantastic shot from Ricky Wysocki.
Our silence is not that of not being excited. It is of just being in shock. Like,
yeah,
we're still recovering from that. That's unreal. And Tamm puts a good move on this.
Kind of hurts my feelings. I think Tamm's going to be over there. He made it a little bit farther than Adam did. Adam's probably close to the infamous new bag throw over here.
And I actually heard a little bit more backstory on that. Apparently, he wanted to take it like that because he thought it was funny.
I could see that.
And apparently he did indeed sign that bag with his footprint drawn on it. That is what I saw on Reddit, but obviously could be totally unconfirmed. Because it's Reddit. But, you know, I like to think that that's a cool enough story that hopefully that is what indeed happened. So you see Kyle here going for birdie. And he does it. Really well done. You don't see too many birdies on this one, and Kyle's going to bag one here.
Are we going to see 2 birdies here?
I mean, surely Ricky's right there. Which it still sounds crazy coming out of my mouth, but I mean, it is right there.
That's so much power to get all the way around those trees. He even came in above the basket.
Yep. Yeah, it's ludicrous.
Good correction from the last putt there for Adam. Kyle is now 4 for 4 on the last 4 after getting his par.
This is silly.
5. Putting downhill. Back for his birdie. Ricky Wysocki 6 down on the front 9. Moved up to tied for 3rd now, along with Kyle, who is also 6 down. Chase card tearing up this front 9.
That's got to be one of the drives of the whole tournament. I mean, from Ricky there. Just crazy stuff. As you said, 6 down through 9 after missing the first couple. Goes on a heater up to 18 under right next to Kyle Klein, tied for 3rd. And Hammonds and Albert Tamm still certainly in the mix, just a couple of strokes behind the podium. So we can see at this point, Calvin Heimberg and Corey Ellis continue to steam out in front. But Ricky's certainly trying to chase them down here with Kyle at that 18 under mark, just a couple of strokes away. And like you said, that's going to do it here for our front 9 for our final round at D-Glow. We appreciate all of you tuning in. And, of course, special thank you to our Patreon supporters once more for making this all possible. Hope that you'll follow and subscribe over here at Gatekeeper so you can catch the rest of D-Glow. And then, you know, join us for the rest of the year as we bring you, you know, Disc Golf Pro Tour action all year long, as well as some independent events here and there. And, again, I'm Dustin Mouret with Nathan Queen.
Yep, fun watch today. Excited for this back 9. We'll see you guys out there.